Hello world, today is January 1st, 2025. It's around 12:30 a.m. p.m. and I'm having lunch, so this is like a 10-minute raw and edited talk about what is top of mind, and it's kind of a public journal and a captain's log of this journey, this adventure that is the life. I'm eating this delicious like chicken salad. It's delicious, it's amazing. So what's the story? I think so. The purpose of this 10-minute vlog is like to record the most interesting things that occurred, thoughts that I thought about or occurred to me in the last 24 hours or something like that. And so it's a video journal, kind of like that. And it's using public YouTube, so like using new technology to communicate and to use like a concept of creativity. Creativity is the process. It's a way of exploration, creating with technology. And the purpose is self-reflection, self-awareness, self-knowledge, and documenting the most important things. Like, so, thank you for allowing me to eat this lunch, and thank you, lunch, for this amazing offering. Thank you, God, or God, the universe, or whatever. Gratitude is like it's like talking about what is top of mind. What is top of mind is like gratitude about like what you take for granted, and like becoming aware of the things that you take for granted. And that's really the hard work. That's like the real exercise that you need to do every day, or a human being should do. Is like practice that. Okay, next thing is like Zen, Japanese Zen. I got a flashback to being in 2021, walking around Chicago and reading Beginner's Mind, Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, or something like that, and being like, yeah, I totally understand this. Another thing is like, okay, like Steve Jobs being about doing something to right a wrong in the world. And for him, it was about righting the wrong about like missing out this kind of education of computer science and things like that for creativity. And he really made his life a mission about creating this kind of beautiful tools for people to create with technology. And like, thank you for this amazing lunch. So the point is I'm trying to make is this is so good. The sun is shining. It's I'm in Malaysia. Life could not be better. So like taking a moment to be grateful for that. Like, thank you, God, or whatever, universe, whatever happened. I'm appreciating this. So talking about righting a wrong in your life, in someone's life, and like being motivated to feel that you have to use your life energy, like you have a way to be. Everybody has a life. They're given this gift, this block about like they have some time with their life. They have the ability to choose their thoughts, and they see that the world around them is as it is. So that's the space where we kind of can express ourselves. And so I'm talking about this, like really thinking. I went to the gym today and I worked out, and I was thinking a lot about this. And I think some of the best thoughts you have in your gym or like whatever, and like, it's important to write them down or like talk about them. So for me, like this video journal is very important. What I wrote about, like my intro card, is like AI clones. Talk to me about. I'm interested in AI clones, and ask me about AI journals. It's delicious. So about being grateful about every moment. And then Zen is about, choosing, knowing how to die. Actually, that's what Zen is about. And Steve Jobs was like very much. He talked to that guy Suzuki, or the freaking guy that brought Zen to America. He was in Palo Alto, yeah. Steve Jobs would like go meet him. This lunch is delicious. All right, 5 minutes in. It's like your life is like that, like 10-minute lunch, 10-minute vlog, and you decide like how you spend it. Why I brought up air clones is because I brought up like it's my bet, it's a theory. Okay, the next thing is about conviction. You need to have like the most important thing is about conviction, about what you want to do with your life. But yeah, so Zen is about knowing how to die, and like this vlog is like 10-minute work of art. It's about choosing like what you want to put in there. It's a remix. It's a little work of art. So like, I think just being turning a camera on, capturing your face, your sound. There's nothing more beautiful and like raw and like real as a work of art than that. And you just have 0 to 10 minutes, and you talk about what is important to you, or what you want to remember, and that's a little practice, a little iteration of a life, or of a work of art, and your life is a work of art, is a block of wood that you carve your statue out of, your whatever you want it to be. And the world is and literally every day is about practicing your death. With every breath you take, with every move you make, with every work of art you make, it's about perfecting the art of dying. You already accept that you're dead. There's a one-way road from this life, and so how then from those facts you infer what is the best way for me to spend my time, my day. What's the best way for me to be? What's the best way? What's the most worthwhile thing for me? And so there's things like growth, personal growth. There's like skills, accomplishments. Like there's things like righting a wrong. These are valuable things, like athleticism, like Greek Olympic sports. They were like honoring the human mortal will to push the boundaries. That was really good. Thank you, Brian Johnson. You're the best. No, I was watching Brian Johnson in like 2019, 2020 in my little $500 apartment in Chicago room, and I was like, Brian Johnson, I know you got it. You unlocked the. I've been trying to be a tech titan. Really, that's my story for the past like 10 years. Trying to be. The okay, it's almost 10 minutes. The truth is, like, all the pieces are there for you to know about, like, what you have to fucking do to be the fucking Brian Johnson or a fucking Steve Jobs or a Zuckerberg. Like, you have all the pieces. And then you gotta make it happen. So it's 2026 now. It's January 1st. So I brought it up to the forefront of my mind. Like, that's my goal. That was my mission, like 10 years ago. And what you need to do is you need to repeat to yourself your mission and your goal. And you're gonna realize that you have to push past the limitations and boundaries and become. You have to become conscious about like what skills you have to get. You have to become conscious about what you're about, what you value really. And that's another thing. It's about really your value system and about conviction. And using technology to get yourself closer to your dream. Another important thought is like I realized there are things that I have to like X marks the spot. This is the place you fucking have to dig. Like you're on a treasure hunt or something like. In a big quest to become the next Brian Johnson. Or Brian Johnson is on the quest to figure out how to spend his $700 million and build Neuralink and things like that too. But the point is, what's an X marks the spot? For me, it's like a book on transhumanism. And it's like you have to follow what really excites you, what lights you up. For me, it's like this book on transhumanism, and then a book on like Steve Jobs' biography. Like this is the canon. Like I have to like circle around this and reiterate and repeat to myself like why am I so attracted to this? Why am I so drawn to this? Like well, because first now we have AI LLMs that Ray Kurzweil was like predicting, and now we have the tools to actually fucking like someone that with some technical skills like myself can fucking build the tools that will like fucking redefine humanity. But it's just about like putting the things together, putting the pieces together. And so for that to come together, you really have to know what you're about, and you have to know what you're doing, and you have to know like what you value and what kind of change you want to make in the world to push humanity forward. Like for me, it's also like okay, grief about like potential that was lost, that was not actualized in my own life, and perhaps that's what Steve Jobs was like really about. It's like he saw the computer when he was 10 and was like, for the next 50 years I'm going to be living with these computers. What kind of thing can I do? And he felt the call to action, felt the call that he has a duty and responsibility to use his resources at his disposal in order to forge the best tool that can impact hundreds of millions of lives, billions of lives. And he like just being aware of that human spirit, like that's so important to be aware of that and like just repeat that, like, and that we are in the same position as he was. He first saw the computer when he was 10 years old in Ames Research Center in Palo Alto, NASA, and then 10 years later when he's 20, it can fit on his desk, and him and his buddy build together a personal computer, and they're like, we can shift the trajectory of the future of computing through our values. And that's like the biggest like call to action. So for me in 2026, it's like, what are the moments, the calls to action for us right now? And for me in my life, like that I have the resources I have the insights that I have, and like what is my duty, what is my responsibility, what is my calling, what is my motivation, what is my value, what's the way I want to be, how do I want to die as in the Zen Center way. And yeah, I would go to the Zen Center in San Francisco, which still follows that tradition, and have breakfast in the mornings and honor the death of Buddha. Peace. Thank you, and for watching, and as always, sending you good thoughts, frequencies, and vibrations. May you be free from suffering, and sending you good thoughts, frequencies, and vibrations, because every thought matters.
Peace.